Hello, I'm Nathan Martin with the Divine Pollination Hive, freewitheft.com, and theunityprocess.com. In today's video, this is part 2 of Be a Man, Redefining Masculinity. We're going to reprogram this belief that you have to do certain stereotypical things in order to be a man. So instead of having to do these things to be a man, we're just going to be a man and then do whatever comes forth from our manliness. Because what is I'm a man. I have a penis. I have genitals. They hang. They're not internal. They're external. And so that's what is. And now I'm going to reconcile my feelings. Now, actually, this is something that's a little different. If somebody has, like gender confusion, you have what is, and then you have what I feel. And that's also what is. Now, if there is contradictions between them, most people just say, well, I'm just going to act now. Well, I'm going to act out. I go from what is the issue, then I find how can I solve it. Well, I am a man. I have genitals. I feel feminine for whatever reason. I haven't asked why, but I'm now just going to act out why, or act this out. I'm going to start acting for a how. How can I solve this? How can I feel better about myself? Some people say, well, I'm going to do more masculine actions to feel like a man because I don't want to feel feminine. Other people are going to say, well, I'm gay. And then still other people might say, well, I don't like that I'm a man with my genitals, and I'm going to go towards my feelings, and I'm going to choose those instead. So I can choose my feelings and be a woman, or be feminine, a man, feminine man, or I can be a masculine man and, and hyper masculinize. The problem is none of those are actually asking, why do I feel this way? I'm a man, but why? Why do I feel the way I feel? Is my feelings bad? Well, in the last video, we learned that we are taught and engineered and socially conditioned from infancy on to suppress our feelings. So now if we have feelings, feelings are feminine, but they're not, they're human. Feelings are not the domain of the woman, they're the domain of humans. We are all meant to have feelings the way that women are told is only feminine. So if we have any feelings, we're like, well, that's not manly, that's not masculine. So then we get into this problem. But if I say, well, why? Why is because of this conditioning. Why are there contradictions between what I am and what I feel? Well, we have to work through that. We have to process it. We have to remove the contradictions between what I am in this moment and what I feel in this moment so that there can be no contradictions between both. Now, getting a sex change may be an action to resolve what I'm feeling about myself, but it is not asking why. It is not going into the why. It's, well, this is just how I feel, so I'm going to now act. Well, that didn't ask why. Logic is actually feminine. You have the masculine as knowledge, understanding or logic is feminine, and then the two come into union together and they have wisdom as their child. Feminine is understanding. It's logic. Masculine is knowledge. It is input, sometimes called grammar. So you take those two together, they go into union, they have a child. That is the action. That is the manifestation. That is how you act. Now, if you have a bunch of contradictions between your knowledge, and, maybe I feel this and I have this, that's knowledge, there's contradictions there, then you haven't done enough processing. You haven't asked why enough. You have to process that. You have to go into why. Why do I feel this way? Why do I have these emotions? Why when I'm in the football, why when I'm playing football and I'm not as good as everybody else do I feel feminine next to these guys? These guys with buff muscles and they're, working out and they're taking steroids and they have giant tools and power tools, and yeah, I don't get into those kinds of tools. I don't feel very masculine next to these guys. And so, well, maybe I'm feminine, because if they're more masculine, that must mean I'm less masculine. If I'm less masculine, I'm more feminine, because that's just the whole either or. But you're not less masculine. You're masculine because you have a penis. They're masculine because they have a penis. Now they're acting the way that society says masculine is, but that's not masculinity. Those are not masculine men. A masculine man is simply masculine because he is. He's being masculine, not acting masculine. They're fakes, they're frauds, they're phonies, but they've been conditioned to be that. We've been conditioned to be that. And just because we don't feel like we measure up doesn't mean that we're not men and that we're not masculine men. Masculinity is a state of being, not a state of doing. It's not an action, it is who you are. So with this in mind, let's tap. Even though I've been taught that masculinity is an action. That I have to do certain stereotypical masculine things in order to be masculine. But maybe, just maybe, I don't have to do masculine things to be a man. I need to be a man, and then I'll do masculine things. And maybe, just maybe, the masculine things I do when I'm a man aren't what society says a man is. It's a counterfeit, an image. I'm the real thing. That's a possibility. Tapping through the points. I don't feel like a man unless I act in a certain way. I don't feel like a man when I'm sad or afraid. The only feeling that I'm allowed to have is anger. I can get angry, I can go into rage. I can't feel sad. Afraid. Man up, I'm told. Bed lots of women. Give her major squirting orgasms. Make lots of money. Give it to your family. Lift weights. Have giant muscles. Be a superhero. Rip people's arms off. Have a good job. Be successful. Work with your hands, not your mind or emotions. These are all things I'm taught that being a man is. And I was conditioned to be this way. When I cried, they thought I was angry. When girls cried, they thought they were sad or afraid. It's cute when a girl asks for help. It's not cute. It's annoying when a little boy asks for help. I was trained to be a man. How to do manliness. Power tools. So many do's and don'ts for manlyhood. I have to prove my manliness. I'm attached to it because I want to be a man. I have to do certain things to be manly. Act a certain way to be masculine. I have to be in my penis, my cock. Act, 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 act. Because the moment I stop acting, I lose my masculinity. And those around me notice. I'm feminine when I don't act masculine enough. I have to man up, work hard, be in my cock, use my hands, play in the mud, get dirty. Blow things up. Kill things. Then I'm a man. But I'm exhausted. I'm so tired. I can't keep this up anymore. If I let my facade down even for a moment, it'll crumble. And I'll be a woman with a penis. Because you have to do masculinity. You have those who do and those who don't. Those who take action. That's an awful lot of action. Just to prove myself. It's a competition. To do the most masculine things. To be labeled masculine. So I can be masculine. But it opens me up to rejection. When I try to get approval, I can also be rejected. And the more I'm rejected, the harder I have to work. Some men, they just settle into the rejection. I'm resigned to it. I can't act anymore. I'm feminine, I guess. I'm resisting action. I don't think I should have to act to be a man. I can't keep up with all those things. Fuck it, I quit. But that's not transforming it. That's resistance. That's depression. That's quitting on trying to do being a man. That's not being a man. Maybe, just maybe, I am a man. Because I was born a man. I was born male. I have a penis and testicles. I have a prostate. That's what makes me a man. I don't have to work hard at it. I don't have to try. I don't have to do anything to be manly. I'm manly. I'm masculine. Because I'm male. I don't have to resist acting like a man. I don't have to embrace acting like a man. Instead, I can just let go of all of that. And I can be a man. And maybe, just maybe, when I'm a man, masculine actions will follow. That's a possibility. I'm open to that. I'm not a man because I act like a man. I'm a man because that's who I am. That's how I was born. I have a penis between my legs. I'm a man. I'm open to that. No more hard work acting, proving myself. Fuck that. I don't have to prove my masculinity to anybody. I don't have to bed enough women, beat enough bad guys, make enough money and support my family just to prove that's what I am. Maybe some things will happen that look like that kind of masculinity once I realize I am a man. But my actions are flowing from my being. I am this, therefore I act. Rather than I act, therefore I am. It's all a matter of perspective. Placing things in the correct order. And I love myself when I act like a man. I love myself when I don't act like a man. I accept myself when I act like a man. I accept myself when I don't act like a man. I trust myself when I act like a man. I trust myself when I don't act like a man. I love myself when I'm being a man. I love myself when I'm trying to act like a man. I accept myself when I'm being a man. I accept myself when I'm trying to act like a man. I trust myself when I'm being a man. I trust myself when I'm trying to act like a man. I'm a man. I'm going to allow myself to rest into my manliness. I'm going to surrender to my masculinity. It's not my feminine surrendering to my masculinity. It's me. I am surrendering to my masculinity. I am masculine. Because I'm a male. Actions flow from my being. I am male, therefore I act male. And acting male is not determined from the outside in, but from my being inside out. I am a male. I am a man. I am masculine. I am a masculine man. Deep breath. I'm Nathan Martin with the Divine Pollination Hive, free with EFT.com and theunityprocess.com. Be well.